have not.
Because I have a shotgun and rifle that I use for, and 22 gauge that I use for ptarmigan, moose, and black bear.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You're listening to your weekly dose of BS, Ballistically Speaking. The Ballistically Speaking Podcast.
My
viewers,
friends to tune in.
you have friends.
Should I tell them? Should I
Tell them.
Should I not tell them?
Tell
I'll
the people.
tell you guys that we're back. We are live from Extreme Range Outfitters in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. This is Ballistically Speaking.
XRO Fight Night.
Oh man, seriously?
Let's get ready to stumble.
He's gonna break me again.
This is Evan. Evan's from XRO.
Hey everybody.
How's it going, Evan?
Indeed.
Some of you may know me, some of you may not have yet been traumatized.
May not have you.
We'll get there though.
Scotty's the first on. Got any Blackhorn
Scotty.
209?
Scotty, you're freaking lucky that they put Prairie Brutality like right on opening weekend of archery seasons. I'll have to let you off this year. I was coming for you though.
I was totally coming for you, bro, but I got tired.
Yeah.
So I sat down, had a sandwich.
And for some reason, there was some turtle that walked by
He
me.
beat me by like 10 seconds in the last Prairie Brutality match. So I've been talking shit all year, and now it's going to be archery season when it happens.
Retro.
I have to let him off.
So for those across the country who have not yet been introduced to the wonderful world of XRO, why don't you tell them what XRO is and why we're here?
So Extreme Range Outfitters is Saskatoon's newest gun store, 2412 Miller Avenue. We are a full retail outlet here. We do all the major brands. We also have an online auction, which especially during kind of the slow parts of the year is the most steady part of the business, I would say. Yeah, I've been here for 2 years now. Prior to that, I was at Wolverine Supplies for a while, and then with North Pro Sports in the city. So I've been doing this about 10 years. This is it's a good place to work. It's a fun job. But I mean, it's an interesting industry to be in these days, to say the least.
No kidding.
Banking,
Talk about high risk ventures.
Job security is probably always on,
Right.
the
razor thin.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we going to sell today? You can walk
What
into
are we
work.
allowed to?
Okay, what inventory is illegal today?
If you could bottle hope.
What inventory? We can leave it at that.
If you could bottle hope.
Yeah.
If you could bottle hope, its name would be XRO.
Yeah.
Ode to
There we go.
XRO.
Mike Hynek, online auction equals massive addiction. You are correct, sir.
Okay, so
Impulse control.
let's talk about that for a second. So Extreme Range Outfitters has a notorious and sometimes infamous over the last couple of
Those are
years,
good words. Yeah.
online auction, and where people love selling primers and powder,
And some people love bidding a lot.
a lot on them.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
So let's clear the air on that first of all. XRO does not set the prices for auctions. Yes or no?
We do not set prices on stuff. We do not bid on stuff ourselves, and there are no reserves.
That'd be
And
kind
no
of
reserves.
a bad business plan, wouldn't it?
It sounds
Yeah.
like it until all of a sudden there's this much supply and this much demand.
Well, right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he means like if you didn't have policies that
Oh, yeah.
prevented
Right.
staff from bidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd kind of be douchish.
I wonder, I don't know if you even know the answer to this question, but are auctions covered under the same legislation that would cover like raffles and giveaways and things like that?
I don't know. It's in my understanding, it's all governed more on a provincial level than federal. So there's
Okay.
kind of a lot of nooks and crannies to it.
Okay.
But no, I don't know what any of the official regulation is specifically.
That's interesting. I wonder, I should look that up.
I don't know if there's like a central governing body for it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you know what? It seems odd that there would be anything in Canada nowadays that's unregulated.
Good.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah.
Are you're
Oh,
in
no,
the
that's
chat
it.
now?
Huh?
You're in the chat now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll carry the show while you're talking with folks. Okay, so auction is what auction is. There's some interesting things, it looks like, over in the auction right now. I mean, there's a lot of nifty-looking bolt actions. Is that 2 fully intact SKS rifles?
2.5, yeah.
Is
2.5 fully
Is that because the one I'm
intact.
seeing partially obscured over there is like a Tapco SKS?
Yes, there's been one that's been Tapcoed, and there's actually another parts gun in there as well that somebody cannibalized for bits and pieces.
But you know what? There's some nifty-looking older single shots. There's a cool, is that the Enforcer, the Canuck Enforcer?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do believe that.
Looks
is
like it.
Some nifty-looking, is that a 22 or 22 mag or 17 HMR? That red stocked,
That is 22 LR. That's a CZ 457 Canadian.
that's a 57. Neat. Yeah, there's some,
also
there's
See
some
a nice little
things over
scout rifle there.
For the military surplus guys, there's a pair of Finnish captured 1891 Mosins. They're not just like the usual garbage rod.
there. Oh, right. Is that right there with the
Yeah, with the
bayonet
yeah,
and
the
everything?
6 foot long thing. Yeah,
Is that a triangular bayonet?
could be. That's unethical.
Cool. That's pretty neat, actually.
Actually, technically, it's cruciform bayonet.
So it's not triangular.
No, it's
So it's okay to stab people with that one.
I think we still have laws against it here.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I noticed a.
I mean, Canada, not XRO specific.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, yeah, probably XRO also.
I don't. No, I've read the employee handbook.
It's not,
Nothing about
it's
bayonets.
not in the policy manual. It doesn't exist. I noticed there's a Gen 2 WK-180C there too. Yeah. Broken or intact piston?
Piston's
Yeah.
intact, but the handguards.
Oh, the handguard.
Yeah.
What
There's,
happened to the
there's, no,
handguard?
there's no way to time it properly, and whoever had it previously loosened off the barrel nut. Now the handguard won't align anymore.
Oh, you're kidding. Dope. That's an accident waiting to happen.
Yep.
Nothing that a Dremel
and
and a
that's one of the things of an auction, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're not fixing stuff when it comes in here. We give it a once over and make sure it works. If
No,
there's
of course.
problems, we
Yeah.
will tell you about it.
Yep.
But if you bring a broken gun, I'm gonna tell everybody it's broken.
Yeah. Well, that's the same as any auction, right?
Yeah.
You go to a regular auction, they're telling you like there's time beforehand to try and fire
yeah,
up the,
and
the
it's always
vehicle.
buyer beware.
It's always buyer
at an
beware.
auction for sure.
Well, and we try to be a little more lenient with that where we can be, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Sure.
given the volume of stuff we go through and the relationships we build with our customers, we're not just going to say as is where is. Like, there's a
Mhm.
problem, we'll help the guy out, right?
Yeah, you're trying to be
We're
ethical
human
about it.
beings too. But
Yeah.
at the same rate, like your descriptions and everything for the items, if there are some issues or perceived issues, you at least identify.
well, the
those.
auction guys are OCD.
Oh, is that right?
100%. Yeah. They will. The guys will bring in a gun in mint condition. They'll find a crack in the cell somewhere or something.
They'll fine tooth comb it.
Yep. And we'll bore scope it. You will bore scope it. So if the throat's burnt out,
hmm No, I swear it was only 200 rounds through.
Yeah, with the wrong caliber.
Right. So speaking of wrong calibers, or not wrong calibers,
Oh, are we going
is
there
it story
already?
time?
Okay, let's do
Should we do
story time.
story time, or should we acknowledge some sponsors first?
We should probably
We
do
should
that.
probably
first.
do that. Yeah.
I'd like to thank
Is it
Dr.
me?
Pepper.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Dr. Pepper's great. That's actually not that great.
Saying NASCAR boy.
Yeah. So let's first of all thank. Which one will we start? We didn't.
Well,
we're on location.
Thanks
Doing this
to
off camera,
Evan
right?
and Ben with Extreme Range Outfitters and
for letting us do the show here.
Absolutely.
Long overdue, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I
agreed.
know.
Agreed.
Evan's been hounding us for quite a while. before
Agreed.
this.
Well, no, it kind of went back and forth.
It did a little bit. Yeah.
I think we both canceled on.
I like to just get rid of any blame coming my way. So it's all resting on you.
So our sponsors,
And that's
our
silence,
show is
yeah.
brought to you by Apex Optics. Precision comes standard. ApexOptics.co. I've got to believe sometime in the next, I'm going to wake up one morning sometime very soon,
Yeah.
and I'm going to find out that the Hunter and the Edge are on the market and ready to go.
Do you have an
And I'm
in
looking
there?
forward to that day. We have ins. What we also have is
Do they
supreme
like us, though?
laziness.
Yeah.
And I think part of the real problem with the two of us doing a podcast
Right.
is that both of us suck at small talk and staying in touch.
This is true.
Yeah.
I've,
So Vanya, Carly, all of our other sponsors, forgive us. Please forgive us.
I like to explain mine a different way. I have boundaries and very small circles, and I keep those. So
so you're going to tell our
I'm like
sponsors
a
they're
half
not
a
your
step
inner
away
circle?
from a hermit. Because, well, you know,
You're really not selling yourself.
You hear that, guys? You just
no, I'm not a
you
salesman.
just didn't make the cut.
I just did. Yeah, for society.
For society. They made my cut. I just suck at messaging people.
Yes.
So who else have we brought?
Okay, we're also brought to you by EM Precision Rifles in Leduc, Alberta. EMPrecisionRifles.ca.
There's one of them sitting up there on
Is there?
consignment. Yeah. John Rogers.
Oh, that's
Oh, one of
right, too.
John's is up there.
Yeah. I'll probably
Which-
take that home.
Is it what caliber?
That's a 6mm GT. Can we say what GT means? Are we allowed to?
No.
That's sensitive topic.
Yeah, that's a sensitive topic.
Yeah.
especially-
We can say
We're
it in
inclusive
June.
here.
What's that?
Not June anymore.
So we're also brought to you by Ribstone Gunsmithing. Breathe life back into any firearm with Ribstone Gunsmithing. It's ribstonegunsmithing.com.
CA.
Is it CA?
It is.
Dot
CA,
.ca.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm certain. I don't know. This is really awesome.
Try them both.
Do you really want these guys advertising for you?
You can tell
Hey, he
that.
signed up. It's
You
too
can
late.
tell that normally we read off of a prepared sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? If I was smart, I'd probably bring that up. But
No, screw it. Let's go. Let's
yeah.
roll.
All right.
Roll on. Who's
Bolt
next?
Action Coffee. Find them at boltactioncoffee.com. Welcome to the Brotherhood.
You didn't bring me any?
Some of the world's best coffee. Cupping scores of 86 and higher.
And we're looking forward to them taking over the Canadian market now that Bolt Action Coffee has closed the doors in Canada.
Who has closed the doors in Canada?
That's right. I meant to say Black Rifle.
Right. Right.
Friendship with Black Rifle over.
Yeah.
There was a friendship.
Briefly, yes, until
Okay.
they jacked the pricing. Kept retail the same. Jack dealer price.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So they had
That
an
was not here, but the previous dealer is that. Yeah,
they had an MSRP.
it was a map. So minimum
It was.
advertised price, right?
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know the exact numbers. And I mean, maybe that's industry insider details, right? But
Doesn't matter. They're folding their doors anyways.
that's all right.
Bolt
I don't
Action Coffee. Roll on, Bolt Action.
Yes. I'll be damned if I'm going to make $2 a bag on coffee, Black Rifle.
Yeah, $2 a bag is bullshit.
Yeah, for a
Black
$25
Rifle.
bag.
Come on, Matt Best. You can do better. I don't think he had
Matt
anything.
Worst.
I don't think he had. I don't think he had anything to do with
No,
Black Rifle in Canada.
I'm not making any friends here.
That's okay. Neither are we.
Yeah, you're in good company.
We're also brought to you by the Shooting Edge in Calgary, Alberta. They got everything, and I do mean everything, including cool, like European Euro-style vests. I don't even think they sell those anymore, do they?
I don't know. You'd
The-
have to
the
have
vest?
VR, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep pushing the vests that they probably haven't sold for
Right.
for a very long time.
Well, you know what? Out of this, they'll get 2 requests.
Is it Blackfoot that the Shooting Edge is on?
Oh man, I don't know. Calgary and I are not friends.
It's in Calgary.
Yeah.
I think it's Blackfoot Trail, but I'm not very good at naming Calgary trails. But
No.
anyways, the Shooting Edge in Calgary, Alberta. Who else?
All right. We have.
Oh, you're reading
He's
now.
race cheating.
Cheater,
Yes, I am.
quitter.
March Scopes Canada, the Dion Optical design line of rifle scopes. Find Doug and Niza at marchscopes.ca.
And finally, I'm not going to look. No, I'm not cheating.
All right.
Finally, call sign 66.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
Okay.
Maybe not finally, but also call sign 66. Call sign 66.ca.
Oh,
If you want to learn how to
Yeah.
shoot, yeah, you did bolt action, but you didn't do call sign.
Right.
So if you want to learn how to shoot, call sign 66. They hook you up good. What did I miss?
Oh, he did.
Now, finally,
Now finally?
Odell Engineering,
Yeah, don't forget Odell Engineering.
Uncle Ian.
home of Canucks
Uncle Ian.
firearms made for
He's
Canada.
like 20
Canuck
years younger
firearms.
than us. We can't call him uncle.
And Bergara Rifles. Go to your local distributor, such as Extreme
There's a
Range
few of them
Outfitters.
out there.
Yes.
Actually, let's role play this for a second. Okay, let's pretend
Oh,
that
God.
I just walked into the store.
Chris,
You're
last
working
time
at
this
Same-
happened, I was drunk. I don't remember much, but I
Not
woke
that
up.
kind of role playing. Kurt,
Oh,
Kurt, stop.
There's
Cease,
no,
cease and desist.
there's no ropes this time.
There's no handcuffs either. Okay, so I just walked into your store. Let's say you're a retailer, like, let's say for the sake of argument, like Extreme Range Outfitters in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and greet me.
Hey, how's it going today?
It's going fantastic. Would you like to know why?
Absolutely.
Because I'm looking for a new gun, and I'm in here because Phil sent me.
Wow. All right. Well, if Phil sent you, I know what you're looking for.
What am I looking for?
You're looking for a Bergara,
Or,
a Canuck.
yes, I am.
Hey, Jens, you want to start a podcast with you and me?
Oh, yeah, Jens is here off camera. That'll surprise everyone. OdellEngineeringLTD.com.
Yes, indeed. Okay. I think we got everybody. And you know what? What a plug I am. I said Bolt Action Coffee, welcome to the
I
Brotherhood.
sure did.
Oh, did you actually?
I did, yeah.
That totally slipped right past me.
Listen,
That's why you were looking at me like a dork when I said call sign 66.
No, he just looks like that.
That's just,
Touche.
what is this? What is the tagline for Bolt Action?
I don't know that there is one necessarily. Bringing specialty coffee to the precision shooting world.
So call sign 66, bringing specialty coffee to the precision shooting world.
Well, sure. They're interchangeable
I
to a degree.
agree.
Can't have one without the
One tastes good,
other.
one makes you good.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay,
Let's go.
Okay, now it's story time. So
Yes.
people probably can't tell on camera, but you have two black eyes and a slightly swollen bridge of your nose.
This
Tell us why.
this is day 3 out. I'm going to get closer to the camera so people can see here.
Okay, go ahead.
You got no mic now, though.
Yeah, they can't hear you.
This guy, you look like some sort of super villain.
I look like a freak show.
Tell us, Evan, why do you look like a freak
So
show?
what really happened was we had to beat Evan into submission. You are going to appear on this goddamn podcast.
We were not initially invited into the store.
right. Forced our way in.
Yeah.
We said Phil sent us, and he was like, "What? Who's
You're
Phil?"
watching
There was
this live.
bam,
All the costs.
yeah.
Being held against my will.
You need a piece of paper that says "help" on it.
Yeah, I'm blinking Morse code right now.
It's help.
So before the
No.
police show up, why do you really have two black eyes?
I didn't have. It was my fault. I didn't have dinner ready for her when she got home. I really deserved it.
You hear that, guys? Happy wife, happy life.
Mike Hynek says, is Jens identifying as a well-stocked shelf of 22? Yes.
No, because he's on camera. He's identifying as a well-stocked shelf of what's the closest there? 6'5" Creed.
I think he's sitting to 6'5" and 308.
I don't know.
See, I know the
How
shelf.
do you say camel in German?
It's Flecktarn, you dummy.
Flecktard.
Flecktarn. I'm a Flecktarn.
Okay, back to the story.
Story
Okay.
time
Yeah, story time.
and with a more serious tone.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, act somber.
Yeah.
Or,
sorry. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
concerned.
Yeah. We should be.
Pensive. Good word.
I was in a rush, which is always a bad thing. 15 years of hand loading. I don't know how many thousands of rounds. Wore out a few barrels.
Yep.
I was in a rush. I never have more than 1 can of powder on my reloading bench at any given time. And my powders are organized left side fast burners, right side slow burners. I was rummaging around in my powder stash probably a week ago to try to find a can of Pyrodex, and some stuff got juggled around. I went to reload my 243 Ackley, which I load with Ritumbo. It's 51.5 grains. Not that I'm endorsing any load data online here. The mileage may vary. Watch for your pressure signs.
Don't use the wrong powder.
We're getting
Shut
to
up,
that.
Chris.
They know where this is going.
Yeah. So I grabbed that can of Ritumbo without even looking at the label. I poured it into the Charge Master, and I loaded up 5 rounds. Sun was going down, so I wanted to get out and quickly fire off 5 to
rounds.
see how she ran with the 108s before it got dark, and touched off a 51.5 grain load of Varget.
Oh.
The
That's a lot.
I
Oh.
got nobody to blame but me, and it was a stupid mistake. Do not do what I did. Don't. I'm lucky I still have both my eyes. I'm lucky
Sure.
I still have most of my face.
Yep.
The night it happened, this side of my head was swollen up the size of a tennis ball.
Really?
I was pouring blood.
How long ago did it happen?
This is 4 days ago now.
4 days ago. Yeah.
Actually, I'm surprised how quickly it's gone down. But
Wow.
no, I was
Mhm.
pouring blood from my eyes and my nose. These cuts on my face are all powder burns.
Yeah.
All from
Yeah.
powder blowing out. It blew down out the mag well. Bolt stayed in place. Blew a lot of pressure.
What rifle?
Grab
Weatherby Vanguard.
Okay.
That
Krieger
mag
barrel.
over there.
Gotcha.
It had so much force blowing down the magazine well that it actually detonated the top cartridge in the mag as well, which blew up my magazine, which I have.
There it
Yeah.
is.
That's my
Yeah,
AICS
That's
mag.
amazing.
it's a little bulgy.
It broke my pinky finger.
I'm sure.
So
people can see
it lit one in the mag.
It lit one in the mag and blew out the bottom.
Thank God you
Wow.
had a metal mag.
Yeah, plastic would have had a lot more shards, but I mean,
Yeah.
it still broke fingers. So.
Oh, the magazine is what broke your finger.
Well, something coming
Something
out of
hit it. Yeah.
It will happen pretty fast. It went kaboom, and everything I saw was blurry. And my
Sure.
initial response was just like, "Wow!" Felt like I got hit in the face with like a dodgeball,
Uh-huh.
hard, right?
kidding.
Like full speed. And then I noticed I
A
couldn't.
bowling ball used as a dodgeball, maybe.
Yeah.
I noticed I couldn't see, so I kind of backed up from the rifle and
Wow.
tipped my head down, blinked a few times. I could see out of my left eye.
Yeah.
I had blood just pouring off my nose. So I was like, "Oh, I think I lost my right eye." So I check it and realized, no, I can see light still. It's just there's too much blood filling my
Sure.
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put some pressure on it, threw the guns in the truck, and drove back to the house.
You were alone.
Yeah, I was on the range at the farm. So went back to the house, and
Well, it's not difficult to do. Like I've been hand loading for 24 years or something like that. And when we were out at Consort there, I was doing some load development for what was it, 6.5 Rooster and the 33XC. And so I had Reloader 50 for the XC and 4831 shortcut for the 6.5 Rooster. And I can't remember which way it went now. I think I had Reloader 50 in the hopper in the dispenser, and we're packing everything up to go. And for whatever reason, I had it in my mind that it was 4831 shortcut in the hopper. So I opened up the can of 4831 shortcut and poured it in. Here it's Reloader 50.
That's never happened before.
But you know what? I think that's the first time I've ever done that in
Is
the
it?
24, 25 years
Wow.
that I've been doing that. But
my issue is pouring powder back into the Charge Master before I close the spout on the bottom.
oh yeah, well
on
that's
your bench.
that's happened twice to me too.
Oh, that's
That I've got the Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper,
Yeah.
and it's got that little chute out the side, that little spout or whatever, and all it is a half turn cap on it, and sometimes I'll dump out the powder and I'll just leave it in the open position, not intentionally necessarily. Most times I try and remember to close it, but yeah, I've done it twice now. One with a buddy's Precious Reloader 15 for his 308 back when we couldn't find Varget and could barely find Reloader 15. And so I'm like, Anthony, I got you covered. This is going to be a great night. We're going to reload some ammunition for your fancy new 308. I've got it. Start pouring it into the IntelliDropper, and it's right out of the bench all over. So, but I guess my point is it's not difficult to when you're focused on one thing, sort of the ancillary things kind of get skipped over. And you and I talked about it earlier that you're so confident in what you do. You have
it's not even in your mind.
it's not. It's you've done this 1,000 times. You've
I know
driven
how my
out to the
bench is-
farm,
yeah,
right?
I know how my bench is laid out. I know where my powders
Right.
are. I know my load data. But you get complacent and it'll come back and bite you.
Yeah.
I'm probably lucky that I'm an amateur and I don't have that many calibers that I reload for.
Well, that's another thing too. When you toy around with
Yeah.
many different
yeah,
firearms calibers and maybe even bullet weights in those same calibers.
pretty much
using
all I
different
have is
powders.
BLC2 and Varget.
Oh, is
It's
that
all
right?
just for 308.
I remember.
Although
those
now I
days.
have 840-350 for 6.5.
Right.
But
yeah.
I think I only have like a couple pounds of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Boone says, I mark what's in the tube, like in terms of powder, with tape of what is in the powder tube. And you know what? It's a good idea. Mine usually doesn't last that long. Like I never leave powder in it overnight or anything like that. When I'm done a reloading session,
You
I
pack it up.
usually always empty it out.
I have
right
that
away,
the
so.
Charge Master, right? So it's got the big hopper on it. And I
Right.
just set the powder can on top of the hopper, and it stays there.
Right.
But I just didn't look at the label. I
Yep.
was in such a hurry. I
Yep.
pulled it out because the Rotumbo is always in the same spot.
Right.
It's the slowest burning powder I have. It's on the far right edge.
Creature of habit,
Yeah.
in a sense, right?
Yeah. There's one.
Sweet monkey. Well, you're still here, and that's important.
Scotty
Thank the
Chitchell
Lord.
says, I'm glad you're okay. You're still ugly, though.
Who said that?
It didn't
Scotty
fix anything.
Chitchell.
Chitchell said that?
So, bit of the spoon, or the pot calling the kettle black.
Okay, let's move on from story time because people have
Sure.
been asking for the last several weeks about the Lockhart Raven, and you've got one.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about it?
So far, I've been super impressed. I mean, at the end of the day, if you guys remember the old ATRS Modern Sporter or the Maccabee SLR, it's in the same vein
Okay.
in that the lower receiver setup. Well, so the lower actually is unique in that the lower doesn't integrate a magwell into it.
That's
Yeah,
interesting. I
This
never knew
whole
that.
front
Yeah.
is all
So
takedown.
they brought out the original 9mm version, which of course had a wee little magazine well on it. When
Right.
they brought out their 5.56 and other models out there, you've got a full-length magwell and then a full-length upper. So the lower stays the same. You got 2 pins that hold your magwell to the lower, and then 2 pins that hold your upper to the lower magwell.
Right.
There have been reports of some of the first-gen carriers having hardening issues. Shocker, a Canadian-made semi-automatic firearm.
Yeah, it seems to
hardening
be a bit of a
issues.
trend, doesn't it?
Yeah, we got to learn how to do that.
But the funny thing is that the carrier is literally the only proprietary moving component on that gun. Everything else is mil-spec AR,
Including the bolt.
including the bolt head and the gas key. It doesn't come with a gas key. You need a gas key off an AR bolt carrier.
Oh,
Which, if
okay.
you've got a staked one on your gun, you may have a fun time getting it off.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Or trying to find another one.
yeah,
They've been off the market for a little while now.
but no, I've been super happy with it. I bought the builder's kit.
Yeah.
So the handguards, like that's my whole parts bin that I slapped into a Raven receiver
Right.
and then hit with a can of spray paint.
I mean, it feels pretty close to an AR. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a rifle with a actual buffer tube.
Mhm.
It's direct impingement rather than piston, so you don't have to worry about pistons
Oh.
breaking.
Well, and it's nice in that now all of the modularity for calibers that you get in an AR-15, you can have in this.
Right.
So if you wanted to do a 458 SOCOM or a 350 Legend or a 204 Ruger, like you can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Yeah.
It's an IBI barrel that's on that. It's a 7 twist.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Trigger Tech trigger. Like I said, the handguard's kind of generic on it.
Yeah.
I have a Leupold Mark 6 3 to 18 on there, and it shoots really well.
Oh, that IBI barrel on there, I would think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's really
They
interesting.
don't sponsor us, so I can't brag like too much about that. Hey,
you can talk. We're all inclusive here. We are an inclusive bunch.
we love IBI barrels.
We are the rainbow group of gun.
Take
Said
it
we're
easy.
not an accepting community here.
Orange and yellow and purple and blue.
Just accept that we're not accepted.
Okay, I'm colorblind, but I'm pretty sure that's like green and brown.
It's pretty much is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
With lighter brown.
It's about as colorful as that should get, I think.
You bigot.
You big. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting idea. I worry that it's just going to be arbitrarily reclassified by the RCMP.
Quite likely,
Yeah.
but I have
But exactly, yeah, and that's what matters.
it. I have it.
Possession is 9/10, right? Well, and we it's looking more and more like we have better and better chances of having a different government in the next little while.
I hope that's right.
Different doesn't appeal
Hey, man.
much to me, but
When the CBC is when even the CBC is talking about how much he's screwing things up, and you got to start asking
He's
questions.
probably
the
just late on a
hand.
payment.
He's late on a payment. Yeah,
well, no, just the paychecks aren't going as far anymore.
yeah. I mean, my initial thoughts. Obviously, I haven't shot it still, but my initial thoughts are, it's neat.
It is, yeah.
It's neat, and well, like you mentioned earlier, there's no piston to bend or break,
Yeah.
and you can build that as light or as heavy as you want to.
Well, that's the thing too. It is a pretty streamlined little receiver which, a 180 platform can't really do. You need that different
And
carrier in there.
the ability to use standard AR-15 handguards on it too. Like if you wanted to put a short, like a 9-inch carbon fiber rail on it and a pencil barrel and make it just crazy light, you can.
Yeah.
If you want to put a quad rail on it and a .936 bull barrel, you can.
Yeah.
So I like the modularity of it. That's literally my spare parts bin from back when I had AR-15s.
Yeah.
I had everything except a pair of trigger pins.
Well, and
Thanks, Chris.
aside from what? What did I do?
No, different Chris. Sorry.
Oh,
I phoned my buddy
what
Chris.
did I do?
I was like, Chris, I don't have any trigger pins.
Aside from the pins, it has pretty neat little captive pins. You said that these are like the design is borrowed from HK.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I've never looked at an HK that closely.
Yeah, essentially, it's the little spring clip that's on it, the retainer clip is borrowed straight from H&K.
Yeah, it's interesting. So there you go. That's as close as I'm getting to a Lockhart Tactical Raven.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you could shoot it, borrow it for a while if you want. You can get closer. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be weird.
Really? How-
We may take that.
have you tried any cross magazines in it?
No, I don't actually own any cross mags.
I do. Want me to test it for you?
Go for it.
You heard it here first, folks. This is a binding contract. He has to borrow it to me now. Anyway,
we
You can
haven't-
even take some of my hand loads, Chris. It'll be fun.
yeah. It's okay. I'll just use factory. It's okay.
I've run it with P-Mags, with LAR mags, with
Yep.
Beowulf mags,
Yep.
with USGI, like plain
The
Jane
standard,
Steel.
yeah.
I haven't had a single stoppage yet.
Gen 2 and 3 PMAX?
Just Gen 2s. I
Just
haven't
Gen
tried
2s?
3s.
Yeah, interesting. That's maybe a question that I would have wanted answered on that. With it being a separate magazine well, basically being a two-part lower receiver. But, I mean, you've used it with a pretty good variety of magazines so far.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, and this was a pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
So the bolt catch on it's not entirely AR-15 because they made the profile of the receiver stick out just enough that if you use a mil-spec bolt catch, the top runs into it. See there?
Oh,
Okay.
So I had to
yeah,
grind
see
an eighth
that.
of an inch off the top of my bolt catch to get to fit.
so that's not the factory bolt catch.
It is a factory bolt catch, but it's just
Oh.
a mil-spec AR bolt catch. And I took it to a grinder.
Oh, I see. I mean, it's not a Lockhart.
No,
Yeah.
no, the Lockhart one's $130.
Wow.
No
Looking at you,
kidding.
Lockhart.
Holy
I'm
smokes.
disappointed.
You can't hide. Come on from that corner.
I paid retail for this. I didn't get any industry insider discount, so I have a right.
I have a right to complain. Yeah, it's neat. It's very cool. It makes a guy want to
I like it.
build another rifle, doesn't it?
And
So-
you can still run it on Ball C2.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't even need a new powder.
in 223.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I've never even contemplated
With
using
lighter
that.
bullets for sure. Yeah.
up
Yeah.
to 62 grain.
Yeah,
on Ball
yeah.
C2.
No
And the
kidding.
meter's so nice.
It does.
I've never even considered that. So that's good. So I still don't have to mix up my powders.
Yeah. Mixing powders. Not good.
Yeah, not good.
No.
Understood.
We have another story about another Chris
Yes.
that you were telling us about.
So
This is new. This is my first time hearing this.
yeah,
Yes,
that is.
that's by
Actually,
design.
I only came to this epiphany a couple months ago, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
And so I've worked in the gun business for going on 11 years now. And I started at North Pro Sports, is another shop here in the city.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Kevin.
yes, no hard feelings against Kev. I miss Kev.
You miss
never-
Kev.
I never get to go in the shop because I'm always,
You're always here.
Right.
And then when
Yeah.
I'm on my days off, I don't want to be in the city. But
I don't
anyway,
blame you.
so Chris used to come into the shop at North Pro, and
Wait, which Chris?
There is only one Chris.
there's only one Chris.
Right.
Why are you guys
You'll
fucking
see.
with me right now?
You'll see. Just
So-
relax. Breathe.
I still do go into the shop
Yes,
at North Pro.
yeah. So Chris would come in, and sometimes he's Chris. He like long range shooting precision. He's a super nice guy, and then sometimes he's a dick.
Was that
Sometimes you were a freaking asshole.
was that really?
Your attitude, your whole demeanor was polar opposite from what you usually are.
This is a fucking lie.
And
I know this is a lie.
and then I moved out of the city. I lived in Manitoba for 6 years, right? I worked
Okay.
at Wolverine, and so I kind of slipped my mind. And then
Uh-huh.
you came in here when I first started working here, and
Okay.
I had a good chat with you. I was like, oh yeah, he's not a dick like I remember. And then the next time you came in, you're a freaking asshole.
Was I?
Yes.
I was not.
And then one time, both of you came in,
Yeah.
and as it
And
turns-
Kurt was an asshole.
no, both Chris's.
Wait, what?
You've got a doppelganger in the city here, and he's a dick. He's the same bloody height as you. He's got
Oh,
the same
for
hairdo
fuck's
or
sakes.
lack thereof.
Or lack thereof.
Same facial hair. He shoots the same stuff.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I will not. Sit
How
in
have I never run into this guy?
I will
What was
not
it?
sit
You
in
didn't you
action.
call him Chris one time, and he was like,
exactly? This is
"I'm
how-
Kyle" or whatever the hell.
Well,
This is Kyle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
It
name's Dave.
was like, how's it going, Chris? He's my name's Dave, and I'm like, huh?
No wonder sometimes I'll walk into a store and people just treat me like I'm an asshole.
Because it was Dave.
Because it was, hey, Dave, quit being a dick. You're ruining my good name.
There's probably like 2 people out there who know the guy I'm talking about. Don't tell them.
It's actually me. I just have 2 passports.
Right.
Well, I thought
Dr.
you were
Jekyll and
bipolar.
Mr. Hyde.
I thought you just-
It was that big of a difference?
yes.
And you genuinely thought it was all me?
100%. For like 10 years.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, yeah, well, not me. So, Dave's not here, man.
That is funny as hell.
So how long ago did you figure out that it was a different guy?
It was after he started asking me to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
You were like, I don't like that guy. I don't want
months ago.
What if he's kind of an asshole when I'm on the show?
to. Well, okay, what's the most assholey thing that Doppelganger me has done?
Oh, you know what? This ties right into the podcast.
Excellent.
Shit talked Canucks.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you should have known right there it wasn't me.
but actually, like, ruined the sale.
Really?
Well,
Oh, like he was shit talking while you were talking to someone else.
And I had a guy looking at a Canuck, and I'm
Yeah.
walking him through it. It was I think it was one of the enforcers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he walks over and he goes, "Where's that thing made?" It's made in Turkey. Like, 90% of the shotguns on the
Right.
market. So, well, why don't you sell something that's made in America or Canada? It's like, well, I said, we have options like that, but it's not the same price point. Well, I just appreciate it if you wouldn't sell shit in this shop. And of course,
Suggestion box at the fucking door.
exactly.
Did he actually say that? Well, why don't you open a fucking gun store, Dave?
Dave.
And also, the guy I'm talking to at the counter here seems to be pretty enamored with it.
Yeah.
And he freaking ruined the sale too.
The guy never bought the gun?
Nope.
Okay, that's it. Dave, I'm calling you out, motherfucker.
You owe us a Canuck Enforcer sale.
You and me, 10 rounds. Let's do it.
Wait, can you do that
10 rounds of what?
right now?
If he signs a waiver.
Or,
No, I'm going to fight him hand to hand.
oh,
I'm not going to shoot him.
I've seen you limping around here.
I don't know. We're in a gun store.
Whatever.
You're not going 10 rounds.
I didn't say
anything.
I don't give a fuck.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah, no. I'll box Dave.
We're going to set up an octagon right here in the XRO showroom.
I have a boxing ring like 8 blocks from here.
Yeah, but then it's
Fucking work with me. This is
spectator
cooler.
sport.
You can spectate at my gym. I'll even
We'll
sell
set up
tickets.
live stream cameras. We'll
It'll
just come here, Evan.
Chris
drink
versus
beer
Chris.
here. Okay. Chris and Dave.
Yeah. No,
I'm
Chris,
so glad I did not say his real name because otherwise people would know.
is he well known in the city?
Enough so that I think if people saw you and heard me talking about someone who looks exactly
They would
like
know
you
who
and
it
same
is?
Stuff, somebody would put it together.
You know what? Like,
Don't
quit,
you mean him?
quit being a dick.
Yeah.
Because people think it's me for 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. You ruined this man's reputation.
And if you keep talking shit about Canucks, I will fight you.
Oh, dear.
This is why you're the best spokesperson. Odell's going to hire you.
They kind of already have. I mean, they support the show, so yeah.
Chill.
Okay, great,
All right.
great fucking story. It wasn't me.
I'm sorry for the negative things I said about you without realizing it was you.
How many
don't be
people did you
sorry.
talk about when we were on
That
the
was rude. That was rude of me.
when we were on the show? Like, how many times? Oh, there's a podcast. It's out of Saskatoon. Yeah, but the guy's an asshole.
Right, right.
Like 50% of the time, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
Half of the
Okay.
half of the
I just want, one of the
gun
other guys-
sporting
one of the other guys
clientele are
here
like,
talked
no.
about too, Dallas was also confused.
Dallas thought it was me.
For the first little bit. He's like, yeah, they're different people though. What? Oh yeah.
We gotta figure out some way to preempt this Dave guy.
Well,
I'm gonna start wearing hats to say I'm not Dave.
right. APB Saskatoon. Dave.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for them.
I'm not always like happy, go lucky,
Description?
smiley.
Just get
Yeah,
you get a ball
me only uglier.
cap, you get a ball cap that says the nice version.
Yeah, the nice guy.
Shit. All right. So XRO.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I'm sure, wants to know, how is supply coming along? I see you've got a decent stock of bullets, better than it has been at some points in the past. There's some powder in the cabinets over there.
It is, yes.
That's kind of amazing to see. Primers, I'm certain,
No Varda.
aren't appearing anywhere.
No, I wish I had more news. At last word, we actually had 2 of our distributors tell us they're not accepting orders for primers.
Is that still?
Wow.
We have back ordered so much that they're no longer permitting us to place orders.
Yeah.
Because
They
first
just
of
don't
all,
want to deal with the paperwork.
well, they can't quote a lead time. And if all of a sudden we get everything we ordered at once, which we've seen happening to some industry members now,
Okay.
it's going to hit like a truck.
Yeah.
So
Like a $500,000 bill in primers.
well, so yeah, I don't know how much I'm at liberty to say, but like to give an example, throughout COVID and throughout the civil unrest stuff in the States and everything, supply was so short for
Yeah.
so long. But this entire industry runs on booking orders, right? You know, you don't
Right.
snap your fingers and have stuff show up.
Yeah.
You book your orders at year end so that for the next year you have your first, second, third quarter deliveries
Yeah.
to keep your shelves stocked, right?
Yeah.
Well, everybody kind of kept placing those booking orders, but then
Oh.
the booking orders never came.
So they just backed up.
So the booking orders would backlog and backlog and backlog. And now ourselves and a few of the other dealers I know will all of a sudden wind up with, say, 18
Sure.
months worth of booking orders that shows up like that.
Well, we
And
can
now
hope.
you're on the hook for the bill.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you've got 50 of the same gun.
You'd think on the
Like,
distributor end they would take care of that, because that's not healthy for them or you to have that.
No, it's not. The problem is because those orders are booked and planned so far in advance.
Yeah.
Right. That when all of a sudden product is available and it shows up here, if the manufacturer wants their pay because they built it, the distributor wants their pay because they've sold it already,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that comes down to it's on a dealer's shelf now, and well, we can't force anybody to buy it, but
Huh.
we still got to pay for it. I mean, sometimes you can send it back. Like we've had a lot of distributors a little more lenient with that, where we wind up 40 of the same shotgun show up. It's like,
Goodness. Yeah,
Yikes.
that would be.
you can send it back.
But again, even if you send it back, like that just costs more money for everybody.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, and I mean we've been criticized for it, and boy, I'd like to avoid it if we can. But that's why you'll see new product on the auction from time to time.
Yeah.
And it's not just our own. Like we've had other dealers reach out to us and go, "Hey,
Right. We
I've
just
got-
need to blow these out.
I've
Yeah.
got a pallet of muzzleloaders here, and it's April. You know, I'm not going to sell a
Right.
single muzzleloader until September.
Yeah.
Can I
Right.
send you some and just get some money back in the bank?" Right?
That's good that you guys can like work with each other that way. How is that with other retailers in across the country? Like, is it all like we're in this together, or is it cutthroat? Is it
Oh, it's every
Probably a
industry-
mixed bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every industry has its seedy underbelly, and I mean, there's always going to be people that are in it for nothing but profit.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I mean, I'd like to think that we try our best to serve the shooting community first, right?
Well, listen,
Because
it's,
we are all in it together.
Yeah, of course.
sure. It's hard to maintain your sort of community standing if you're awfully desperate and
Yeah.
you're not making a sale, making a living, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see why some people kind of, well, I don't know. This is maybe not the right way to put it, but are cutthroaty.
Yeah.
It does happen, and it's
Cutthroaty?
not just this. Well,
Just add a Y to it.
yes,
It becomes a verb.
it's a descriptor. But you know, like, and I think we've seen a lot of that kind of stuff across the board with any industry. Is that because COVID screwed so many bloody
Well,
things
yeah,
up?
like a lot of
and
businesses
people are
barely made
desperate.
it out.
Absolutely, a lot of business didn't at all.
Yeah.
And people don't. It sucks. It's hard to explain it. People don't understand. You know, for businesses to survive,
Mhm.
we don't just need to break even. We have to make a profit,
That's right.
right? We have to make a profit. We have to have money in the bank.
Yep. Saskatoon Light and Power is coming for theirs, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like I'd like to stay full time here. I'd like to get
Right.
wages here, right?
Right.
We've
Of course.
got other staff to support.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that's happened in our industry where suddenly we've seen some businesses turn almost more towards self-preservation than
Right.
towards
Yep.
profit, because it's like, wow, there are a lot of places that are seriously
Hmm.
looking down the barrel of going under.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
It's not a spot anyone wants to be in.
No.
Well, and I think I hate to bring this up in a sense, but that whole CS
Yeah.
AAA thing,
Yeah.
I think the intent of that was to try and help that situation,
Yes.
and of course that got
But at least over the last 3 to 5 years, call it, probably more than that. But you can, if we went down and listed all of the bad things that have happened in the industry, all the bad
Mhm.
decisions that have been made by people in the industry, all of the products that were not up to snuff that have been released in the Canadian industry,
Yep.
all of go down the list, almost all of them, I think, will come down to one thing: desperation.
Yep.
And it's desperation to try and meet the bottom line, try to get a product to market before it's banned,
right.
try to get compensation for retailers who are teetering on the edge.
Right. Yep.
I'm willing to bet that if we just, it's not that there's bad people in the industry. It's that
No.
the conditions that we are all working under, I say we're fucking media. But we could be covering fucking Pokemon and we'd be just as good. But I mean, retailers, distributors, manufacturers, for sure. The conditions that you guys are working under, they will create. I would imagine it's probably a lot like feast and famine at all,
Yeah.
feast or famine at all
Feast or
times.
famine, and it can be a really toxic environment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And a lot of people, they see my face, they see the dealer's side of things, right? They don't see the distribution end
Mm.
at all, right? And some of the distributors in the industry have kind of had the luxury of remaining faceless and being able to profiteer,
Right.
which I won't name names there. There
Well-
are businesses back there that have been straight up cutthroat and have went, we're going to make a buck no matter what.
Mhm.
yeah.
The problem is that we, the retailer, we have an obligation to serve customers, and if we treat people poorly, that's it.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
we're
kind of
done,
on the
we're
front
done,
line.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas a distributor, if they have a product that they can sell that we as a dealer need, they can treat us like hot trash 24/7,
Mhm.
and we need product to sell.
They know you're coming back.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to keep coming back.
And it's, I suppose, especially if they're able to create demand for that product outside of just your retail store.
Absolutely.
Like if some morons go down to SHOT Show and find a Canadian retailer or something, and they talk to them on their extremely popular podcast all across Canada, and it creates demand. And then we come back to Canada and you're like, I need to carry this because these fucking handsome gentlemen have created demand for this thing. Why are you rolling your eyes, Jens?
Where did we go? We just went.
I don't know. I'm insecure. I need to pump myself up
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes, we do.
Is this a hypothetical or a situation that has already happened here? I'm missing something.
Oh no, it's entirely fantasy land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantasy planned.
Yes. I intend for this to happen in the future.
Hey, 11 years into this experience, haven't been to SHOT Show yet. Just saying.
Have you
Just
not?
saying. Nope.
Okay.
Every
Listen,
business I've left.
Ben
it was always-
Abramoff,
No.
you send him to SHOT Show.
He said that last year.
I will fight you. 10 rounds in boxing.
Here we go.
Man, you are choosing violence tonight,
just-
Chris.
Yeah, well, you got me started. I saw those black eyes and started having Vietnam flashbacks.
Oh no. Yeah, it's I was supposed to get to go to SHOT Show. It's always next year. It's next year. And I left Pro. I got to Wolverine. They said, your third year here, you'll get to go. And then Michael didn't get to go, so Mike got to go. And
So you're kind of like the perpetual 5 years out from nuclear fusion for the SHOT Show world.
day late and a dollar short.
Love it. That's too bad. Maybe next year.
I hear
You're-
you get
Right.
terribly sick at SHOT Show.
Sick. Why?
Sick. The SHOT Show flu is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we've never had the SHOT Show.
For some, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no.
But we also
Strong.
we don't drink more alcohol at SHOT Show than we breathe in oxygen though.
I thought you were just gonna say we don't drink more there than we do at home.
Yeah.
It just says you're an alcoholic.
We train for SHOT Show.
Yeah.
We're not amateurs here.
Mini bottles the whole flight.
Yeah. Well, dude, we've driven for the last 2 years.
Oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
Please don't say on the drive.
yeah.
Don't say what?
Please don't say mini bottles on the drive.
No mini bottles on the drive. No. Jens won't allow it.
Be very safety.
What was it? 27 and a half
27 and a
hours
half hours, yeah. Straight.
Ooh.
straight.
We didn't stop.
No,
Yeah. Well, we stopped to let
Stopped for
these guys pee. a couple
gas,
times.
pee, and
And
cheesies.
I wish we had
You can't
stopped
get
for.
cheesies in the States. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, you actually can't.
Yeah.
You get Cheetos.
Yes.
Not
Can't
the
get cheesy.
same.
They're not even close. No.
There, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Hawkins Cheesies. The only cheesies.
Please stay in Canada.
And spicy hot chicharron,
Ooh.
What?
bacon rinds.
The hot
Oh.
rinds.
Or
I'm surprised you
pork rinds,
didn't mention Chick-fil-A.
No, there's no mentioning Chick-fil-A for
I
me.
take these two guys into the United States. I call them
The
guys because I
United
don't want to call them anything worse than that. And I say, hey, we're in the U.S. Let's have some Chick-fil-A. They're
Yeah,
like, okay, Chick-fil-A, let's do it.
it was like less crispy KFC.
Oh, that hurt.
Is it that bad, Jens?
No.
Jens is just, he's nodding.
He's
off
German. He doesn't know good food unless it's
Listen.
schnitzel or
Invented
white sausage.
It's not bad, but it is not
In
good.
Alberta, it was good. In-N-Out burger. He liked In-N-Out burger, yeah. No, man, Chick-fil-A is the tits, and I don't care what anybody says, especially with these two say.
All
And
right.
I am having it next year.
If
If I have to walk
You're just
from the
gonna
hotel
You're
myself.
going to continually pout about
I
this until we go again next year, and you try and prove it to us again.
Yep.
The Chick-fil-A is the tits.
January, next year's SHOT Show will be the next time that I'm
Well,
in the US.
I can tell you, it'll kind of be refreshing next January
Uh-huh.
when we go and try it again.
Are we going to fly?
Because once a year is good enough for me.
Oh, you will try it again?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Jens? Oh, he said yes.
Wow.
You heard it here.
Oh, he's getting soft.
He's getting soft in his old age. He's just to please me, you guys. Oh,
That's
The real question is Dunkin' Donuts. How does it compare to Timmy's?
no idea.
we haven't had Dunkin',
Really?
No.
but Krispy Kreme kicks the shit.
I'm just about
Okay,
done
yeah,
with.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I would say Dunkin' is a cut above, but Krispy Kreme is definitely.
Yeah, I don't even bother with Dunkin' because every time I go, there's a Krispy Kreme somewhere.
Mm.
I don't know.
That and
Especially-
Big Red,
Give me beef and angry black coffee any day.
angry black coffee, Big Red soda.
What makes it angry?
I don't know. Just nasty, gnarly, just black, straight black, kick your ass coffee.
I think you just figured out Bolt Action Coffee's new blend.
I think so.
Angry.
Angry black coffee.
Yeah.
Well, as opposed to what other colors of coffee?
Put your midnight canoe
He
trip
said it.
aside.
He said it.
All right.
Okay, what else are we talking about? Hey,
Oh, Jeff B.
what's he saying?
Jeff B comes up with Chick-fil-A is like going to McDonald's chicken sandwich. Lol.
That's. I will fight you 10 rounds in boxing.
Okay.
At 3.
We should get this on camera right now. Jens is smiling.
Chick-fil-A is like
buddy.
McDonald's. That's blasphemy.
It's just a special sauce.
I see. That's why I keep hearing. Yeah, the sauce.
No, I don't care about
Can
their
we move
sauce.
past this? Chick-fil-A.
Hey, there's the Church's chicken down the street. That's good.
What's Church's Chicken?
Church's is a Texas-based fried chicken chain. They just opened their first
And
Saskatoon.
in Saskatoon they opened?
Yeah, they're at the corner of 51st and Miller.
Really?
With what
Really?
used to be
Like where-
Shriners, or like where the Taco Bell was.
Oh,
Taco
yes.
Bell,
Oh,
that's
right.
It's a fried chicken joint now. That is good. That is really good.
I'll try that next week.
Well,
I'll let you know if
right
it's
after
better
the
than Chick-fil-A.
podcast. We can just slip up the street.
I think we should,
I think so.
if they're still open.
I don't know.
Seems like the
We're
kind
gonna
of joint
find
that
out.
won't be open after
No, we
9.
just
It's
go
a
and lick the
Friday night.
windows
People
for a
want
while.
greasy fried chicken after the bar. They'll be open.
This is
I
true.
agree.
Yeah, yeah,
Not a lot of bars in the district.
Speaking
Okay.
of which,
yeah.
yeah, carry on.
Can we maybe discuss something gun related instead of your fucking chicken?
Okay, go grab your favorite gun that's on the shelf right
Do
now.
it.
My favorite. Well, it's
Go do it.
on the shelf.
It's
right
on the
now.
shelf.
Oh man, do I just?
Do it. Do it.
Whoa.
Okay, just so you know, there's a Canuck there. There's a Canuck over there. And there's another Canuck over there. There's an EM Precision, but that doesn't count because that's John's rifle.
But I just blew up my one and only 6mm.
Okay, well then bring the consignment rifle then. What's that little short barrel sucker? That looks like a break action on your left. Yeah, there.
Isn't that the one we looked at the Saskatoon gun show?
It is. Yeah,
Hand that sucker over.
that's neat, hey? Where's the
Pull straight back on the trigger guard.
back on the trigger guard?
On the guard. Pull the guard
There you
straight
go.
back towards it.
At the ting on the bottom there, eh?
We don't pull on the. Makes it harder if you pull on the barrel at the same time.
I'm not pulling on the barrel. I'm preparing to pull on the barrel. This trigger guard won't move. Does it have to be cocked?
What the heck? You just have to be smarter than it, I think.
I'm gonna fucking. Okay. What's going on here, guys?
I thought it was your knee that was injured,
Whoa, that's sticky.
not your vajayjay.
Am I? Am I being punked right now? Is this?
Mike Heineck says send Jens for a chicken run.
You know what? Even if it's only half decent chicken, Jens will come back and tell me that it's better than.
Of
than
course he
Chick-fil-A.
will.
Yeah,
Because you deserve it.
because I deserve it. That's a neat little
That is.
12 gauge. What else you got? Second favorite.
What's the
This wasn't his first favorite.
No. I sold my first favorite.
Huh. Kind of like that.
It's funny. I've never offered to fight anyone on the show ever, and now I have a sprained MCL, and I'm offering to fight everyone.
I think I just bring out the
That's not
angry
true.
side in you.
I offered to fight Trudeau for charity.
Is that an offer or is that a threat?
No, that's an
No,
offer.
it was a straight up offer.
Yeah, it was 100% an offer. Money can go to
That's
charity.
recorded too.
I mean, I can love my job.
It just says don't be racist on it. I don't cast order for me.
People probably couldn't even read that. From
You're right.
They're like, all they heard is "don't be racist." Like what? Hey, that's
Focus.
a Bagheera.
That is. That's my favorite one in the house.
Is
Now,
it?
which one is that?
That is a Premier Ridgeback.
Right.
So the Ridgeback's got a real fat barrel on it. It's got nice wide fore-end M-lock slots.
Now, is it the Ridgeback because of the stock? Because that's
Yes, it's a Grey Bow Ridgeback.
that's
stock.
right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the standard Premier action, which has got the floating bolt head with the extra gas shroud, which would have
Right.
been nice. I probably wouldn't have both these if the Weatherby Vanguard had a
Right,
floating
right.
gas shroud in it. But
Do you know what part hit you in the face?
just gas.
That's
Isn't
all
that
just
amazing?
from gas.
All
Yeah.
gas blowback. Yeah, coming around the bolt.
Did it even open the bolt?
Nope.
No, it's
No, I
locked up.
can't open the bolt. The bolt is welded shut. It blew the extractor out of the bolt and down the bottom of the magazine.
Holy schmeckle!
Yeah,
I
I would
forgot
say
to
that
the
twice.
extractor.
Yeah.
Hey, the bolt held.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
seems
yeah,
important.
Like genuinely, kudos to Weatherby. That action held up flawlessly.
Yeah.
Was that a Vanguard
Yeah,
or a
that's
Mark
a
V?
first
Okay.
generation Vanguard.
Okay.
Were you wearing iPro? He was wearing iPro. Everybody wears iPro.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Wear your iPro.
Wear your iPro.
I took it off.
Why?
Wouldn't stop fogging up. And again, you want
No.
to talk about being so confident in your abilities. And
Right.
hear this.
Yep.
These aren't fogging. Like I just the sun's going down. I was pissed off. I took them off, wiped them off, put them back on, fogged up again, and finally I put the safety on, opened the bolt, took them off, put them back in my kit, laid back down the rifle, and proceeded to almost blow my eyeballs out.
Yeah.
Don't be like me.
Don't be like me.
I'm stupid.
I'm stupid.
Hey, we're not going to turn this into a counseling session.
Despite your mother, did you say despite your mother's best efforts?
Yes.
Your
She did
poor
her
mother.
very best.
She did her very best. Okay, so the Graybo Ridgeback.
Yep.
What caliber is that in?
This one's in 6.5 PRC.
6.5 PRC. How come it doesn't have a rail on it? Oh, it probably does in the box, doesn't it?
Yes.
They don't come with a rail.
Oh, really?
Really?
Because the B14s.
The B14 does. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Premier series all go to the 840 screws.
Yeah.
As
Oh.
opposed to 648s,
Yeah.
but don't come with a rail.
Sorry, say that again.
So the Premiers will all come with 840 screws instead of 648, so more secure for rail mounting, but they don't come with the rail from factory.
No
They
shit.
also
Nick.
come with a trigger tech trigger, which is
Right.
one of my
Right.
favorites.
It's a primary, right? Primary trigger.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so, yeah. Very
Neat.
interesting.
Super neat. What's the weirdest gun you guys have in here right now?
The weirdest we have in here right now.
Before you head off to do that, Mike Heineck is asking, when are the 6mm Bergara competition rifles in the MPA chassis coming in?
The comp models,
The 7th of February.
Yeah.
I have 2 6mm that are supposed to be on the next shipment, but I don't know when the next shipment is.
Oh,
Yeah. So same old story.
Yeah.
It's on order.
Probably
It's on order,
maybe
yeah.
possibly sometime in the future.
the problem with gun retail at
Helpful.
the moment is not that they don't order product; it's that they can't get it.
And it's stacking lead times, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is if you've got 4 to 6 weeks on the manufacturing end, and then you've got 6 to 8 weeks on the export end, and then you've got 8 to 10 weeks on distribution end, and then there's one delay anywhere in there,
Right.
all of that compound,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And further to that, we've got a lot
Hang
of
on,
distributors.
before you finish all that, go get your weirdest gun and then come back here so that we can hear what you're saying.
My weirdest That's a contender.
Which one? What's a contender?
Well, think here for a second.
Oh, he's over. He's over in the auction rack.
He's gonna
In
br-
the weird shit realm.
He's in the weird,
He's-
weird shit
He's
rack.
going to bring your bayonet over.
That is a nifty looking bayonet.
If you're into that sort of thing, I suppose.
Well, I don't.
There's a couple of
typically try to
nice-
skewer people.
There's a couple of nice
cool,
levers
weird.
on the auction right now, aren't there? I thought I saw a couple 375 Winchesters on 94s.
There are.
Oh,
Take that too.
and
The top 3 picks here, okay?
Okay,
and there was a Marlin.
I'll
I
take
can't
the lever.
remember.
Oh yes, of course you will.
There we go. Hello, baby.
Yeah, I cannot believe the price that levers are going for now.
Yeah.
What decade is this scope from?
I just set it there.
Okay.
A Bushnell sharpshooter. 329. That's good news. What caliber is this lever gun in?
That is 375 Winchester.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Right,
It's 375
There's
Winchester.
actually a matching set, but one's got a shortened stock. So these two are
Oh,
going to
really?
be on our online auction right now.
I'm going to hit my microphone once. I can't shoulder this without hitting my mic.
I'm sure the audience
With a
will
cool
appreciate that.
side-mounted scope on it.
Yeah, I don't know how cool it is.
Well, you said weird.
Yeah, I did
It's
say
nice
weird.
shape though, that thing.
But there's like, so to get an eye, fucking hit my mic. To get an eye relief on it, I can't. Yeah, you can't put your cheek on the stock at all.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, kids. If you got a
Yeah,
lever
you
gun,
use your left eye.
yeah, that's the perfect rifle for right hand, left eye dominant
Right.
It's a perfect rifle for if you blow your eye out by using the wrong powder.
people.
And you shoot.
This here's my rehab lever action.
That's actually really nice shape.
It's-
Yeah, the rifle looks great.
Wow.
And it is, for what it's worth, it's pre-cross block safety, which was nice because the 94 big bores, about halfway through the production run, I think it was, had a cross block safety installed in them, which is just
Okay.
ungodly and ugly.
And unnecessary, really, in a lever
You
action.
got a half cock.
Right.
That's all you need, right there.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're dealing with some people that don't know these things, I suppose a cross.
Well,
pin
it was a
safety
lawyer
would be-
thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
What
All
do
right.
you call
what else
that? The front sight cone cover.
Hooded.
Hood.
It's just
Yeah.
a hood.
Yep.
I've never seen that on a lever gun.
What? Really?
I haven't.
Interesting.
I just haven't.
Yep.
Seen it on lots
It's
of
a
bolt
thing.
actions.
Man,
So-
I would like to have
Okay,
that.
what's in your hand?
This here I like just because it's a target rifle from a bygone era.
Is that Winchester?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I
a
saw that
Winchester
today.
Model 75 target. So it's a heavy barreled 22 LR.
And it's a repeater?
It is a repeater.
Oh, wow.
It's a 5-round box mag.
Okay.
Most of these actually wound up cracking the stocks right here because the wood's really, really thin where
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
mag release goes in. So
Right.
it's kind of a rarity alone that the stock's intact. It's got this really old, funky aluminum hand grip there, 1907 pattern sling. It's got Robert said, I think they're Lyman apertures on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the coolest part of this is in safekeeping in the back, which is it has a long tube, 7/8 inch tube.
You're kidding.
Scope
Really?
comes with it in the externally adjustable mounts. So it's a straight tube optic.
No kidding.
Now, the optic's not branded, but in my understanding, they're actually contract built for Winchester for the Model 75 target.
Yeah.
And then it has a moose hide leather carrying bag for scope.
Moose hide leather
If
carrying
memory
bag.
serves me, yes.
So is that
Oh.
all included in the same lot and
All goes
described
together with
as you just done?
If you are looking for this on the website, if it is, still up for auction at the time, lot number 0704-3416.
What do you mean still up for auction at the time? The time is right now. We're live.
Yes, but if somebody could be listening to this on Spotify a year from now, and they could be drooling over it.
Oh, I see what you're
yeah.
saying. Yeah, no, if you're watching a replay,
You snoozed and lose.
you snoozed and loosed.
Well, that's pretty cool. That explains the current price on that thing, which I think is near $700.
That's actually still a steal at that price.
Well,
I would say.
for
Especially
now,
with the
for
optic.
sure. Yeah, and I think this one's 9 days to go, or is it? 2 days.
Let's see here.
I can't
That
remember
was
which.
on yeah, this has got 9 days to go.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Cool.
Wow, that is. I like that.
I briefly had one of these. I bought it for $50. I think I sold it for $150, and that was a very bad decision. Mind you,
Yeah.
mine did not. Mine was missing the scope basis.
Huh. That is super interesting.
That's
And we're
neat.
gonna have to when we get off the air here, we're gonna have to go and have a look at that scope. You realize that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I can bring it out while we're on air.
Sorry, please.
This is cool because it's also weird, and I think like the second issue of Peterson's hunting magazine or Guns and Ammo magazine I ever had this in it.
Oh,
It's a
A
Ruger
Ruger
77
M77 Hawkeye.
Hawkeye
Yep.
in 300 RCM,
mm-hmm.
which is basically like 300 PRC short.
So 300
I thought-
RCM, is that Ruger something Magnum?
Ruger compact Magnum.
So I thought the
Ruger
300
compact.
RCM was very similar to the 300 WSM.
Very similar.
Shorter case like that, right?
Um, Yeah, so it fits
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
standard.
that
range
looks
action.
like yeah.
Yeah.
The idea and the whole the whole marketing term, the double entendre compact Magnum, was all the RCM cartridges would do the same velocity as their long Magnum counterpart,
Mhm.
but with a 20-inch barrel instead of 26.
Oh, that's right too.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they
okay.
advertised this would do everything a 300 Win Mag could out of a 26-inch barrel
Right.
with a 20-inch grip.
Mhm.
Huh.
Cool design, and then
Is it heavy?
Oh, it's handy. It's real handy,
No shit.
and that comes with like 250 rounds of ammo and brass.
Wow.
So they started with a 375 Ruger case. They shortened it,
Right.
connected it to 30 cal, and it flopped. It's 100% flop.
I know one guy that had one. Jeff.
Huh.
Blackbeard. Right. He had one. I'm
In
sure. of it.
RCM?
So is this on consignment?
Yes,
Or is
this
it-
is
okay.
on consignment. It may wind up going to the auction if the consigner gets
Sure.
impatient,
Sure.
right? But it's
That
a
would be a
unique,
damn handy rifle.
for
for sure.
It's so handy. But it's hard it's a pain to form brass for, and you can't really find brass for it. You could form it from PRC if you felt like wasting 6.5 PRC brass.
Right.
I don't know how the length would work out. But
Very interesting. Remember the old canoe paddle stocks
yep,
that
the
Ruger
old
came
bolt
out with?
paddles.
You know what? For some strange reason, I still want one.
Oh man,
No. You should have seen that thing. It was kind of
It's almost like-
skeletonized.
it's almost like a skeleton stock where it's paper thin in the middle, but then it's like full diameter
Yeah.
for the outside edge, and it's
Right.
half skeletonized through here.
Yeah.
and through the forend.
Is that in case
to
your
light it
gun
up.
jammed? You could just whack them in the head like an axe?
No,
I
it was
don't know
just
if they actually intended for it to be used as a boat paddle.
no. Everybody called it that. It just looked like a canoe paddle.
Neat.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. 250 rounds of that.
Yeah.
With it.
And most of it, I think, is the Hornady GMX loads.
Boy, that thing doesn't look like it's been used a whole lot.
No, the fella brought it. He's got a full round count on it and everything. He's pretty
Is
pretty
that right?
OCD, but
Right.
getting out of hunting. So this is his one hunting rifle he had.
No kidding.
Yeah, he read an
So it's got a solid 27 rounds through it.
Yeah.
it's like 200 and some, I think.
Oh, okay.
He kept every single piece of brass was fired through it.
Good.
Neat.
That's awesome.
Wacky.
Mm-hmm.
So what else should people know before we wrap all this stuff up?
Boy,
Anything specific you want the folks to know? You got some camping supplies now.
yeah, a little bit. Honestly,
You got smokers.
I don't want to talk about smokers.
No?
That's a sore spot.
Oh.
Why is that a sore? I need to know why that's a sore spot.
Yeah. You open that can now.
You open the can of worms.
I
Oh,
want to know.
Ben, if you listen to this, please don't fire me. Still like working here.
Okay.
The smokers kind of just showed up one day.
Okay.
Nobody here knew. We're briefed on it at all, really? I'm sorry, Ben. I'll spill the beans. Yeah, we were briefed on it at all. I think we may have mentioned it in passing to Dallas.
Yeah.
But we're all sitting here and like inventory is short right now.
Yeah.
So when all of a sudden 2 pallets of smokers show up and we're starving for 22 ammo, we were a little pissed at the boss. We were like, what are we supposed to do with these?
He could probably get smokers. He couldn't get 22 ammo.
Right.
Well,
You gotta have some flow going through
Yeah.
here.
I
Gotta sell something.
I love barbecue as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody in this building, everybody that works here,
Yeah.
we have one thing in common. Right down to the little old lady, Brenda. We love you, Brenda, who lurks in shipping.
Lurks.
The little old lady who lurks in shipping. Owns
Lives under
guns.
the stairs.
We all own guns.
Yeah.
You know how many of us own a $2,500 smoker?
Right.
None of you?
We're all sitting there scratching our heads. Yet a slow day in the shop. The boss decided to make us put them together. That didn't go over well either. But we're all still gainfully employed, and
Good
we have
for
a
you,
bunch
Ben.
of assembled smokers.
Do
You
you,
guys sound like
are
kind
they
of a bunch
selling
of
okay?
whiners.
yeah, I know, right? What a bunch of whiners.
Now I'm going to get called into the office over that.
Are they selling
I'm
okay?
going straight to
You know
bed.
what? Actually, they've sold
People
better.
are interested in them?
I didn't have the faith that I should have. They've sold better than I was expecting.
Score one for the small business owner. he's like, you know what we need to do? We can't get fucking ammo. We can't get fucking reloading supplies. We can't get fucking guns. You know what? I'm going to bring some smokers in. We're going to diversify this
Yes.
operation.
Switch
It's going to
things
be
up.
great. Oops, I forgot to tell everyone
Yeah,
about
I
it.
forgot
And
to
now-
tell anyone.
And now they're pissed off and they don't like my smokers, but they just paid for everybody's wages for
Right.
the last 3 months.
No, not quite that. When I say trickle out, they trickled out. But
Okay.
you're absolutely right. It would have been a little bit better if it was just like, hey, we're gonna give a shot with the smokers. We got Louisiana,
Yeah,
and we got Pit Boss.
Right.
Yeah.
There's some damn fine looking smokers though, aren't they?
they do look pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know what? For all the customers that have bought smokers so far, nobody's brought me any ribs. Nobody's brought me any brisket.
Oh.
Okay,
Nobody's
look,
brought me any jerky.
XRO clients who have bought smokers, bring him some meat. I will box you for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
He won't
I'll fight anybody.
Specific individuals to
Just to
entire
threaten
people.
everybody.
Not threatening the customer.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, crispy boxing everybody up in here.
Don't worry. He's got a torn something or other. You can outrun him.
It's not torn, it's just sprained.
You can still outrun him. Left leg or right leg.
I'm not telling.
Right.
Kick them both.
Kick 'em both.
You can get the second one in, I
Look, just
suppose.
bring the guy some meat. That's all he wants. He just wants some smoked meat. That's
Well,
it.
or I could actually I've got lots of meat at home. I could just
You know
pour it
what?
in smoke.
Okay, no, seriously, if somebody out there is a customer that has bought a smoker from XRO, bring him some smoked vegetables. Don't bring him any meat.
Oh, now you want to talk
Mean.
about rubbing salt in the
now,
wound.
now you're going to box me for 10 rounds.
Okay, I'm running out of battery.
Oh, we're running out
So
of battery.
remote
Okay.
remote control may not be.
All right, well, let's wrap this shit
Yeah,
up then.
let's do that.
All right, Evan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you,
Folks,
for having me.
if you are in the Saskatoon area, shop at XRO. It's a great company, obviously staffed with great
Come
people.
get your smoker.
Come get your smoker.
Come by.
Go get your Pit Boss or Louisiana smoker. And take a look at their auction. If you're not in the Saskatoon area, go to their website because you do ship Canada-wide, right?
Coast to coast.
And it's Extreme Range
Outfitters.com. Outfitters with an S.
There
and
you
it is,
have it.
yeah, it's EX. Not,
Yes.
I know that the acronym is XRO, but
Yeah.
it's Extreme is spelled the correct way.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, Extreme
We
Range
are
Outfitters
literate,
dot com.
mostly.
Mostly. Except for when it comes to creating acronyms. Although XRO does sound better than
It
ER.
rolls off the tongue.
It does.
It does.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week.
It will.
Join us next week when we won't know what we're doing until 5 minutes before.
And always check the labels on your powder cans.
That's the message.
Every
for Tom.
time.
Yeah.
We're going to make a safety case out of you.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you we're going to take a bunch of pictures of your
Hey,
face
Scott,
and everything
Scott from
after
Kentucky
this.
Ballistics, if you want to get together and almost die sometime.
Yeah,
Do a
right.
collab?
Yeah, no kidding. Good Lord. Didn't he do it twice, though?
No, he only did it once.
I thought there was something else that happened.
Well,
with
I
him.
blew up that JR carbine, though.
Yeah, well, maybe
There's
you
a
have the
story for next
distinction of
time.
being.
Maybe you're thinking his Kentucky Ballistics has gone on a blowing up rifles
Oh, is that what's
kick.
maybe?
He's blowing them all up safely, but
Oh, blowing them up safely.
he's got like plexiglass everywhere and he's pulling strings from behind cars. Yeah.
So he's the Mythbusters of.
He's the Mythbuster now. He's a chicken. Yeah, it's just called Kentucky Ballistics a chicken.
We are not making friends tonight. We're calling
Yeah.
everybody out.
Man, now we're gonna have to box Kentucky Ballistics.
How to win friends and influence people by BS podcast.
All right, you better hit that end button before we like.
All right, do we want to? You tell the folks
Some
where to find us and
president
all that
somewhere.
kind of stuff.
Hey, yeah, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/BS podcast. Go to our website, bspodcast.ca. All of our podcasts and a lot of our extracurricular videos are all available on the website.
Yes, yes.
If you want to listen to the show, we're almost up to date. And you can find us wherever your audio podcasts are found.
Right.
Just do a search for Ballistically Speaking Podcast. And, as usual, a big thank you to all of our listeners, watchers, and a big thank you to all of our sponsors and all of our guests because, without any of you folks, we don't get to do nothing.
See.
See.
All right. That'll about do it. And battery's just about dead. Wait a second. I got to figure this system out
Okay.
here.
Should I just
Here
fill
we
some
go.
air while you?
Well, I'm just going to talk through this whole thing. And
Okay,
like,
that's a good idea.
hopefully nobody pays attention.
I have a
which is-
question. before
Okay,
it ends.
quick.
So this first podcast I've ever been on.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
it normal to not have Joe Rogan here?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
I
Yeah.
boxed him and he lost, so I got the
Oh,
seat.
fuck. Here we go. All right, folks. Thank you. Good night.
thank you guys.
But some of these bullets, as you saw, have an incendiary device on the tip of it, which is a heat-seeking device.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Welcome to your weekly dose of BS, the Ballistically Speaking podcast.